Ocala is more diverse than its size would lead you to believe. That's my conclusion. It's more diverse than the size would lead you to believe. Kelli Hart is in the studio from Ocala Magazine. We call this segment Ocala Magazine Radio because Kelli is, of course, with the Ocala Magazine, the executive editor, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
How long have you been with? You've been there a long time now, haven't you?
3 years.
3?
3 years.
Wow.
As editor. Now, there was a couple years I just wrote for the magazine.
Like
prior.
freelance, that kind of thing?
Yeah, freelance. So, but as editor, yes, 3 years.
So how are you doing?
Fantastic.
Are you, let's see, autumn starts about in a week from now. Are you looking forward to the autumn?
I am,
Yeah?
yes.
You ready for summer to be
I am.
put away?
I am ready. Yeah. I'm not so, I'm always cold. It seems like even in the summer when other people are normally hot, I'm comfortable and, and then they crank the AC down and then I'm cold. And so I never really look forward to the cold weather per se, but I do look forward to all the different events. It seems like people put on more events in the fall, probably because the weather is nicer.
Yeah.
And it's festive. And then, so between now and I guess Thanksgiving, I really like that particular time of year. And then when we shift into the buying, like the Christmas.
Yes.
And then you kind of lose me after that because then it becomes hectic. Right now it's all like, oh, let's stroll through the park and do a pumpkin patch and have our coffee and wear our boots. And then all of a sudden it's like you're ripping packages out of people's hands in the store. And so that part I do not like at all.
There's an event here at the mall today for children,
Oh.
Something for children, tambourines and food. And
that sounds fun.
6 o'clock tonight.
The free event?
It's a free,
Oh, well, you can't beat that.
Do you know, what was I going to ask you? I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. But anyway, I know what I was going to say.
Okay.
What you just described was you. But the magazine itself, are you into the spring already? In part? Or no, not at all?
Well, I mean, when we have an editorial calendar, so I always have to be thinking a full year ahead. So
a full year?
I mean, right now, I'm already thinking about what are we going to do for our January issue, what's going to happen for our beauty and bridal issue in April.
Well, that's the spring.
Yeah,
so you are thinking of the spring.
So we're always having to think ahead, not only for our sake, but for our advertisers and potential advertisers, because they, depending on what their industry is or their business, they may see some reason to, increase advertising at a particular time of year based on a certain theme or something. So we always have to be letting them know this is what our plan looks like. It's always subject to change, of course, because some breaking news could happen, and we certainly want to address that. Something major could happen in town, and if it's timely, we have to make it a priority. But so we're always thinking a year ahead, which can be really hard because, someone asks you, so what stories are you going to put into your next August issue? Oh my gosh, I don't.
It's like somebody asked Woody Allen, about the current movie. He says, I'm already 2 movies ahead. I'm not even thinking about this one anymore because that's done.
That's in the past. Yeah. So, I mean, here we are in September, and of course, we're already trying to wrap up the issue that we'll be putting out for October. And so we really never get to kind of just enjoy the month that we're in because we're always working ahead. But I do think that our September issue looks fantastic. I don't know.
It does.
They're in the lobby. And
it does.
So I wanted to talk about one particular feature story in this issue because there seems to have been a little bit of controversy around it, and which was kind of surprising to me, but I figure I'll just go ahead and kind of explain it because I think there were some confused people. So we did
confused people,
which there's always going to be those confused people. So if I can address it and hopefully clear some things up, I'm always happy to do so. So we did a feature story it's called Starting Lineup, and we had this idea going into the month with football season kicking off and Ocala being a big, football city with all of our high schools. That wouldn't it be nice to reach out to each high school, both public and private, and ask them to send us their star player so that we can kind of spotlight not only each player, but also each school, mention the coaches. Maybe some of these kids have already signed to college. Basically just when you're out at these games during the season, who to be looking for. And everyone's like, yes, what a great idea. And it gives so much attention to these schools and to the teams and then these student athletes who work very hard. I mean, they have to maintain a certain GPA and they practice all the time and plus they're kids, so they try to balance all that stuff. So I thought this will be really great. It'll be so positive and good for everyone. And So we did that. We called all the schools.
So you had good intentions, and I'm guessing jealousy plays a role.
Well, they say that no good deed goes unpunished, and I never.
But is the word jealousy part of this?
Meant. I don't know if it's jealousy or if it's just. I don't know. Maybe just having on blinders and not seeing the bigger
what the
picture.
Heck could be? I'm still lost at what the controversy is.
So the controversy was this. So we had each kid come in. It was a big job. I had to call all the schools. I had to get all the coaches on board.
How old are these kids?
All of them are seniors.
Okay.
So I'm guessing 17, 18 range. And so I had to contact all the schools.
Basically adults. They're young adults.
Right. Yeah. And get all the coaches involved. And then they had to decide who they were going to send to me. There was a questionnaire involved. All the kids and coaches got sent the same questionnaire to answer that then I used to write up each one of their bios within the magazine. And I mean, it was kind of just up to the coaches. I did very little in the way of choosing, selecting, picking the content or the players. Mm-hmm. So everyone sent us their kid. We told them, hey, come on in, fully dressed, game ready, pads, helmet, the whole deal. And I will say, all the kids that came in were so courteous. Yes, ma'am. They were very polite. I was really pleased with all that. Good. Okay, so that was really good.
I'm glad that's what you said there.
Right. So we tell all the kids, we give them some direction, of course. These kids perform on the field, and you could tell in front of the camera they were a little shy or awkward because it's totally outside of their element.
Yeah, there's a camera.
Like most people. When they're in front of a camera.
There's a camera, and that on the other side of that camera is a whole magazine of readers.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then you've got, myself and Phil and Chris, and we're all looking. Yeah, we're not looking at the kid. We're looking at the shot.
Right.
And so we're, being judgy and stuff, which is our job. And so we're telling the kids, give us some aggression, scream and act tough, and like you're on the field, and just kind of go wild, do your thing. We want a really nice shot.
Were some of them better at it than others?
Well, and that's the thing, because we knew on the cover. this cover, this kid gave us from Trinity Catholic.
What's his name?
He gave us exactly what we needed. His name is Rivers, and goodness, I just forgot
what you
just
name. Said. Now let me just focus on those words. He gave you exactly what you need.
Yes,
he
did.
Okay, that is what if you ever, submit an article to a magazine, not just Ocala, any magazine, submit a song to a publisher. Rob and I do this all the time. Mm-hmm. Submit anything, artwork to anybody. It doesn't, if you're returned or rejected, it doesn't mean you're not good. It means you didn't give them exactly what they needed.
Exactly.
So this young man gave you
Robert Rivers from Trinity Catholic gave us exactly what we needed.
There you go.
He really turned it on, and every kid had that opportunity. And when it came time to lay out the spread and we had to pick someone for the cover, it was not based on who was the best player, what school we liked the best, what kid was, the most handsome, whose parents had the most money. It was simply the same protocol that we use every single month, whether it's a house or it's an animal or it's a model. What do we need? What look are we trying to send? And what kid gave it to us? So
he gets the job.
Robert Rivers gets the job, hands down, gave us exactly what we needed.
And what happened
put the kid on the cover. Lo and behold.
No.
Okay, there were some people. And of course, now you can use Facebook as a vehicle to really tell us what you think.
Oh, no.
And so there was a couple people, and I will say it was a very slim couple of people, but enough to kind of really get me fired up, because I'm thinking this was it was meant for good, for the whole county, for all of athletics and everything.
I think you achieved it. I think the majority of us
we achieved it, and I am not apologizing for who we picked,
good.
the way we did it, or anything else. It is a stellar layout.
But
for the people who were confused, no, not even parents.
No, okay,
which is interesting.
Well, who's the?
Well, there was some.
Who's giving you a hard time?
So there were some folks who thought that one of the other players should have been on the cover because he's like the best player in Marion County. And the article was not who's the best player in Marion County. That wasn't the article. Mm-hmm. And the cover was not based around who's the best player in Marion County. I've explained to you what it was based on and how we made that call. So I had to defend the magazine in a way and just explaining, okay, maybe you've misunderstood what the feature is and what our mission was, and it was not about the best kid in Marion County. Gosh. It was about the best kid from each school in Marion County. And so there was a few upset people with me, and it got kind of turned into, well, there's so much favoritism and this and that, which the irony was, okay, the kid that goes to Vanguard, his name is Cozy Perry, stellar athlete. Okay, he'll be in the NFL unless some freak nature things happens or something.
Right.
He's an awesome athlete. I just heard yesterday he was like TV20's, scholar athlete of the week or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, the kid is.
So he's getting attention.
He is a stellar athlete.
Okay.
Hands down, I will not deny that. He goes to Vanguard, which happens to be where I went to high school and where my sister went to high school and my mom and my dad and all of my friends where I graduated. And so Vanguard High School is very near and dear to me. So if there were favoritism, the Vanguard kid would have been on the cover because Vanguard is my favorite school. Why wouldn't it be? It's where I graduated, okay?
Right.
No shame in that, and that's okay for me to have a favorite high
Sure,
school, of
sure.
course. So had I have chosen this kid based on who's the best or what my favorite high school is, that to me, in my opinion, would have been wrong. It would have been unethical and unprofessional for me to have done based on what we needed for the cover,
Right.
knowing he really didn't give us what we needed. So I was met with a little bit of, criticism on that, which is fine, because sometimes criticism does make you stop and ask yourself, okay, did we do something wrong? Was there something we could have done better? And it really makes you kind of stop and question your process.
That's what constructive negative feedback is
Yes.
supposed to make you better.
And it is fine. And I
But
never.
that's not constructive negative. That's jealousy. You didn't want to use the word, but there's something there.
Okay, well, yeah, there was definitely something there, but so I wanted to, while I kind of had the floor, I guess, for lack of better words, cleared up, because I don't want anyone to misunderstand our mission with this feature story. The story was meant to shed really good light on the athletic program, the football programs at the high schools, the coaches, these kids, all of our schools.
That's the bottom line.
And we did it. I mean, we hit the target.
That's a
It's
great
stellar
contribution.
feature. I mean, all these kids' pictures look amazing. I mean, they were
So
on
the
cloud nine.
the other kids are in the article, just not on the cover.
So they just weren't on the cover. But I mean, look at it.
Oh my gosh, they're all in there.
They're all in there. They all look amazing. They've all got their jerseys on.
Oh
They
my
all have a
gosh.
bio that talks about their, extracurricular activities and their GPAs and things.
Right.
So, I mean, we had a lot of really happy parents. I mean, think about it. These kids are seniors in high school, and they've gotten a full page in Ocala's oldest, best publication.
Oh my gosh, that's a keepsake. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we had really happy parents. I mean, these parents came in and wanted copies, and they're having posters made.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Some of the kids are hanging them in their
Sure.
lockers.
Yeah.
So the overall goal was met, and we're really proud of the
Oh,
feature
you
story.
should be. Yeah, that's awesome.
But for anyone that thought, we don't understand, if you don't work in a magazine, you really don't understand, because it's not always even the prettiest model. It might be you're going for a look that's really, I don't know, abstract, and you find some model that has this very unique look, and if she walked across right now in front of the window, both of us might not even give her a second look, but there's a different world.
Absolutely.
There's a really different world when it comes to magazines. And
Well, it's the same thing, Tonight, Tom Schmitz is doing the high school football game.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's the same thing. You're showing the kids that we appreciate what they're doing. So the magazine did that in a wonderful way.
I think so.
How often are you going to have your picture in the magazine? And not just a small picture. I mean, they're taking up a full page.
The full page, and a lot of
You
design
guys are
went
so
into
good
it.
with photography, too.
Thank you. And, and we were working with kids who are young and inexperienced. And like I said, they were not necessarily comfortable in front of the camera. And it was our goal to make sure that when they opened this book, they were really proud of
So
their
you
picture.
I'm trying to drill down to the person, or how many people actually got under your skin?
Well, it really was just one.
Just one?
It was one.
I knew it.
It was one
I knew
single post on Facebook. But then, then people will come
What
under.
did the post say? Can I ask?
And do their commentary. It started out very complimentary in the way that it was a good. I'm never going to say the name, so you can forget it. 'cause
I don't
I'm
want the
just
name.
never
I want to
going
know what
do
the
that.
person said. What
But-
gender, male or female?
Male.
Related to anybody? Related
I'm sure
to
it's
any
related to somebody, but not me.
But to the players? Related to any of the players?
Related to none of the players.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I know the gentleman, so
Oh, gentlemen.
I know the gentleman.
Okay.
And so
he's
yeah.
picking on you.
So
Well, shake. What's this? Taylor Swift? Shake it off.
yeah, I'm gonna shake it off.
Shake
I mean,
it
listen,
off.
I didn't lose any sleep over it because I know
Yes, you did.
that what we set
I
out
think
to
you
do.
did lose sleep.
No,
I
I
bet
didn't
you
lose
did.
sleep. No, I didn't. Trust me. If you knew how thick-skinned I was, you would know there's not a single person that can cause me
What
to
about a
lose
married
sleep.
person? Is he married?
The guy that was complaining?
Yeah.
I doubt it. I doubt
All right, hold on.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine will mix with clouds today. We'll have a couple of spots seeing a thunderstorm this afternoon, a high of 87 to 91. Thunder showers will die out this evening, then partly cloudy tonight, low 73 to 75. Another thunderstorm or two mainly in the afternoon tomorrow and Sunday. Otherwise, sunny to partly cloudy. Highs 88 to 92 both days. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
New windows will beautify your home and bring you immediate energy savings. Renewal by Anderson of Central Florida leads the way in outstanding quality and installation. Visit renewalbyanderson.com for a free in-home consultation with the pros. Right now, buy 3 windows and the 4th window is 50% off. No money down, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 12 months with approved credit. Visit renewalbyanderson.com. Renewalbyanderson.com. Offer ends September 30th. License CGC 1524135.
All right, 23 minutes after 10 o'clock, Kelli Hart is in the studio. This is Ocala Magazine Radio, the segment from Ocala Magazine. That was a great segment. That was fun.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's nice to...
Good line there. Was he married? I doubt it. That's
Thank
good.
you.
Good line.
Sometimes I have some really good ones
You know,
lately.
in the magazine world, you take that line and you put it in bold print right in the middle of the article.
Yes, those are what we like to call a pull quote. We like to really focus
What do you
on
call
those.
it?
A pull quote.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We should do that in radio.
Should.
How would we do this? Just make it louder, put reverb on it or something?
Yeah, I guess so. But it's the issue, the entire September issue is really phenomenal. I'm real proud of it.
Okay, but does a similar thing happen with Best of the Best? Do you have that same kind of, oh my gosh, he's not the best, but then you have
yes.
But then as a defense you have, but we didn't vote on it. It's the people who vote on it, right?
What I have learned is no matter what I do, there may be 10 people that absolutely love it. They're on board. They're supportive. There's always going to be a person.
Yes.
There will always be a person who will see the flaw in the system. And we are a flawed system. I mean, it doesn't, and I'm not just saying we, Ocala Magazine, what I mean is like we as people, it doesn't matter if I went out and built a huge auditorium,
right,
cut the check for it and said it's free to the public. There'd
right,
be those people that said, oh, the seats aren't, comfortable enough or whatever. So there's always going to be the people who, instead of thinking, wow, what a great thing. And, Best of the Best. In fact, right now we put the survey out, so it's live on our Facebook page. So we've been sharing out the links, so make sure that you like us on Facebook and are voting for Best of the Best. But this year we decided, what we're going to do that we've never done?
What?
We've got all of our nominees there listed, but we also have one that says other. So in the event...
Oh, good, because I have one for you.
What a great idea, right? So I want to say that the best burger, in my opinion, is not on the list. I'm going to type in my vote because I want to make sure that opportunity is there.
All right, I have one for you.
Okay, go ahead.
For next year.
Okay, go.
Because it's not there this year, I know.
Okay.
The best paletta in Ocala. Do you know what this is?
That's why it's not there, probably.
This is an ice pop. Oh, I'm telling you, there was a story in the news about a guy in Chicago, an old guy, and he was having trouble paying his bills, so he decided to sell paletas. Paletas is like a Mexican ice pop, but you can make, there's so many different recipes.
What's it look like?
Like an ice pop.
On a stick?
Yeah.
A wooden stick?
Yes. Well, it doesn't have to be wooden. Oh, you don't like wooden sticks? Mm-mm. Oh, because you drag your teeth across them?
Mm-hmm. Just the idea of it right now is making me cringe.
I actually...
Changing subject.
I actually can relate to that.
I hate it.
So would you prefer a plastic stick?
Yeah, like that's why growing up I did the push pops because they were on the plastic.
You can do plastic paletas.
Okay.
They don't have to be... But anyway, so this guy was selling paletas in Chicago trying to raise money, and somebody said to him, oh my gosh, you're selling paletas. What... Is there anything? Yeah, I need money for my my rent. So they did a GoFundMe. Long story short, their goal was $3,000. They raised over $250,000 for this guy. Yeah. And
how much are they selling them for?
The paletas?
I mean, how much can you possibly get out of an ice pop?
$1,
like
maybe?
$1?
I don't know. Yeah,
really?
Probably. Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. So my guess is that paletas became a national word. It's a Mexican thing, but.
Okay.
I think we're all going to see just like the.
So where can you go in town to get one?
Extreme milkshake. Exactly.
Well, there has to be a place, Larry.
I know.
It can't be on the list.
Well, there's no extreme milkshake yet either.
Well, people have between now and this time next year to open a business and.
But see, we were discussing the extreme milkshake. It's probably a $12 item. That's a lot of money to pay for a milkshake.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a lot of. I mean, there's like full-size Snicker bars in those things.
But a paletta you can sell for $1.
Well, there you go. So there's someone's idea, so they can create something new.
So that's the new best of the best next year.
And this year we do have a lot of new categories. Every single year, people don't understand how many people. I mean, think about it. If you're in the carpet cleaning business, what is really important to you? Carpet cleaning on Best of the Best. Well, think about how many jobs, how many industries, how many business people. There's no possible way for us to include everybody. So what we do is we always try to take the most popular ones. Right. And keep those every year, and nominees may differ, but the categories remain the same. But then add some new categories and change it up. And it does not matter. It doesn't. For 3 years, I've been asked, can you do Best Nail Professional? Please. There's so many people in town that does nails.
Yeah.
So this year we finally did it. Made all those people so happy. Oh, they're so happy. Oh, so happy. But now we don't have, best something else that maybe we did have. And so those people are, we're so angry, I guess we're not important. Everyone's important, listen, okay? Everyone's important, but let's just be realistic about what we're able to do. But every year I know that we've extended the number of categories to try to add more. We've used social media as a way to supplement some of the people's choice that we can't get on the survey. But it doesn't it doesn't matter what we try to do. Even by adding the other category, there's still those people that are like, well, what about this place? And what about that place? And we get it. We get it.
Places. Do you think Ocala has a landmark that says Ocala that supersedes the gazebo? Do you think there's anything in Ocala that says this is Ocala more than the gazebo does? Does the big hotel or whatever the building is down there the Cascades doesn't, but the Cascades is sunken into the ground sort of. It doesn't stand out.
I would love for someone to just completely reinvent the Cascades and make it like the new happening spot with food and dining.
Oh, that would be nice.
That would just be fantastic.
But I mean, is there a structure other than the gazebo that says this is Ocala?
I don't know. Maybe
like
the
Empire
drive-in.
State Building, New York.
Maybe the drive-in.
The drive-in?
Maybe. I mean, it's been around for a long time.
I'm not picking on the drive-in, but if I saw a picture of a drive-in, I wouldn't think Ocala. The gazebo does say Ocala.
The gazebo definitely says Ocala. I would think Silver Springs and that Wild Waters, that attraction says
which is
Ocala.
Gone now.
Yeah, so things are disappearing. So let's just pray the gazebo stays in place. But
oh my gosh.
Yes, it's time to go. But thank you everyone for being so supportive of the September issue and all the players and coaches and everybody. And make sure you like us on Facebook where we have the link for Best of the Best.
I think you did a great thing. Whenever you encourage kids to keep doing good things,
right,
that's a good thing.
Well, in light of what's going on in the news, especially related to athletes.
Oh, I know.
I know. Some good
absolutely.
Lights.
Yeah, that's really a good thing to say.
Thanks, Larry.
Thank you, Kelly.
Bye.
We'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Hillary Clinton back on the campaign trail and back on the offensive against opponent Donald Trump, telling the Congressional Hispanic Caucus last night.
His message is